Welcome to the Transformation Perspective. This is season 2, episode 5. This is the mental health treatment process. Today I completed my 1-month journey in my outpatient completion of my mental health. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about that. So welcome to my episode. I am your host, Harper, she, her pronouns, and let's get started. So first off, I want to thank everybody in the wonderful, I'm going to use code names here, in the wonderful world of Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, with a therapist, the crazy cat lady who likes to dress in a lot of dark colors, as well as my other specialists that helped us out. The crazy volleyball coach that was there. Really commend you and appreciate you for all the work you did for all of us patients in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. So thank you. So yes, it's been a month of mental health treatment in outpatient. So let me kind of walk you through it. This is my second recharge, I want to say, for my own mental health. And it's kind of really good. It's scary. It is. Trust me. It is very scary to take that first initial step because I've talked about this in previous episodes. There's a lot of negative stigma that's out there. But there are some really incredible therapists that are in these programs. I don't know if this is true in every state, but where I reside, we have a PHP program, which is 6 hours of intense therapy, which is really good. You really work on a lot of coping skills. You work on looking at different avenues that you can use. I kind of talked about this, like right brain, left brain kind of skill sets that you've got. Kind of more of an exploratory avenue of therapy, like art therapy. Even some sessions might do music therapy, even like a yoga session. But it's all to get you out of that mindset. So if you're in like a PHP program, it's like a 6-hour all-day session for therapy. And then there's an IOP program, which is like your step-down program, which is only about half day, so about 3 hours or so, which mainly works on more of your skills sets for like coping skills, which is another really good program to be in. So I've experienced this twice, once in 2023, and the last current month. For me, it was voluntary through my disassociations, not volunteering like, hey, I'm seeking out help and I want to get help. It was more so I disassociated and I didn't know who I was, so I was admitted into inpatient and then to outpatient therapy. Um, Obviously, that is not the route you have to go. You can go straight to right to outpatient therapy. PHP length is around an average of 10 days or so. Really depends on your insurance as well. Also, that plays a major factor in everything. And IOP is about 4 weeks or so. Once again, depends on your insurance. Welcome to American healthcare system, everybody. Everything depends on your health insurance, and that'll dictate if you actually can get great treatment or not. But I do commend my crazy cat lady, coding, by the way, for the treatment they provided for me, as well as my crazy volleyball coach specialist and the treatment they provided for me as well. So that was really good. And as well as my other previous therapists that I had for outpatients as well. The skills that I learned in 2023 were very important, and this is why I like to share these skill sets for you. There is that negative stigma there, but there's a lot of positive growth that does take place in these groups, and there's a lot of connecting that takes place and a lot of bonding that happens within these groups with. You're not by yourself, and maybe that's something you don't know. You're not by yourself in these groups. The groups are maybe 8 at large, maybe 10. Sometimes, yes, there are times where people get discharged and you are flying solo. And that is for one of the people in there that had you do that. I know if you're watching, you know who you're talking about. I'm talking about. And it's really tough to answer questions. And sometimes you get in a group dynamic that's really amazing, and there is a vibrant, colorful personality. I want to be humble, but like yours truly, Harper, that brings a different perspective to the group. I would say in 2023, I did not have that. I was going through a really traumatic time coming out of my sexual harassment, fresh divorce, separation taking place, disassociation, really confused. I had no idea what was going on, and then a suicide attempt, and it was just mass chaos for me. And I really wasn't in my element. I was just freshly out to the world. Still haven't learned myself yet. Haven't really started self dating myself. Um, this time around, it was very much recharging of my batteries. Um, and I really appreciate, I'm going to say, code name for this, Miss Missouri for this one, for the battery reference for that, recharging the batteries, because it is. We all need it. We all need that support. And there's that negative stigma that's there. It's not. It's a great way to recharge you. And you're going to have loved ones that are going to say, I don't see any progress. I really don't. But that's okay. Because if you recognize the progress, that's what's counting. You're doing it for you. And remember, that's not selfishness. You're doing it for you, because if you can't take care of you, you cannot take care of anybody else. And that's the beauty of this. It's your journey. It's your process. You can take it as fast or as slow as you want. And I've talked about this in previous episodes. It is your growth. All right? Plants grow at a variety of different rates. Some plants grow at an exponential rate, and it's just like, wow, how fast are they growing during the spring, and how much do they grow during the season? And sometimes they don't grow that fast. We all grow differently. And you have to give your loved ones, your partner, your children that are saying, I don't see any changes taking place. They're not immediately. Unfortunately, we live in a society that wants instant gratification, meaning they want instant results. Yes, we are also in a society that's a little more accepting of mental health, but we look at it as well as instant gratification. Those two don't mix with mental health. It is a process. It's just like medical treatment. If you have open heart surgery, it's like, wow, you can go back to running marathon again. No, you have to take it easy. You have to recover. Okay? And mental health is, you can't see the physical changes of healing from a wound. It's internal. And those are like your roots of a plant. You can't see the changes that are taking place. You can cut down a limb, cut off a limb, cut down a tree, and you can see that, the effects. But the damage of the roots that are taking place, if the tree is still standing and the tree is slowly dying, you might not see that. And that's why it's so important to go and get help. So with that, take this step. Reach out to wherever you can. Hopefully, your insurance will allow it. I'm going to do episodes on that. Definitely is why our healthcare system needs to improve mental health. Uh, but take the opportunity. We are definitely fastly approaching the holiday season. Today is the 5 days away from Christmas. And Hanukkah, I do believe, is the same day as Christmas this year. And Kwanzaa. And every major holiday, whatever it is you celebrate or do not celebrate, family gatherings are coming. And it is so important to validate how you are feeling and someone else is feeling. Please go and seek help. It is not a sign of weakness. That is an absolute sign of strength. That is showing you are human and you want to get better. You want to grow as a person. Okay? That is so critical. You're a human being. You get to live once in this world. And it's an amazing world. How much negativity there might be, there's so much positivity there. And like I've said in previous episodes, I'm going to say it again to everybody. There's always a positive with a negative. Because if you look for a negative and a positive, you're going to get electrocuted. So look for the positives. Look for the growths. They are slow, but the small wins are what is so incredible in your growth. Because if we look for the big wins constantly, we don't see the small growth wins. We don't see the little changes that take place. Okay? And we don't see the just absolute beauty of it. If you ever seen a fresh snowfall take place and you used your five senses, and I did this with my students, right? A snow lab where you go outside and you use your five senses. When you listen, you think, oh, it crunches. And if you just stand there, there's actually, it's quiet. Because snow absorbs a lot of sound. There's a sense of peace, there's a sense of calmness. And also, you know, a science fun fact is the reflectivity of that snow, which is called albedo. All right. The albedo is reflectivity. So when that snowfall happens throughout the night, it's not dark anymore. It's like you've been given a flashlight. It's a rechargeable moment. It might be the darkest time of the year. We are entering the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere. Southern hemisphere is summer solstice, so the most daylight in the south of time period, and the winter in the northern hemisphere, summer, the winter solstice, we are at the peak amount of darkness that we've got. So least amount of light, most darkness that we've got, and that's tomorrow on December 21st. So in that moment of darkness, with a fresh cover amount of snow, it's almost like it's the brightest point. It's like the sun doesn't actually set. It's that illumination that you've got. It feels like there's a sense of hope. It's calm. It's still. It's peaceful. And that's where that journey comes from. It's that wintering aspect that you can all have. And we all need to winter, just like every plant is preparing your mind, your body, your spirit, your feelings, your emotions for winter growth. And you can feel the other word, earthy, right? Grounding yourself in your own word, in your own roots, right? Feeling calm, being open-minded or receptive, being connected with yourself, right? Those are just some of the analogies that I've used, and those are in previous episodes that I've talked about. So, with that being said, look into it. If you are struggling this holiday season, I'm not really big on setting New Year's resolutions. What I'm big on is setting goals. I'm big on setting short-term, intermediate, and long-term goals. What is your short-term goal? That could be hours from now. I want to get the dishes done. An intermediate goal is I want to get laundry folded by the end of the week. A long-term goal is I want to get started on therapy. That is all good things, improve things. What we do as a tendency is to ruminate about the past, ruminate about the future, and the anxiety begins, and like, I can't get better, I can't get the treatment I need, and it becomes overwhelming. It's just like, think about the fresh snow. It's calming, it's bright, and it's that blanket. It's that heavy blanket that we all need in a moment to reduce that anxiety. Reach out, set that goal, and say, I want to focus on my mental health to get better. Because by doing that, you make a lasting impact for others as well. Because it's not just for you, it's for your kids if you have kids, it's for your friends. You create better relationships for your friends, you create better relationships for your children, maybe it's your partner. All those above contribute to that. I believe in you. I know you can do it. You can make a difference for you. You can have a better 2025 if you're struggling with your mental health challenges right now. The first step is always the difficult, is accepting I'm struggling. That is always the first step. Because what happened to me is basically my brain said, Harper, you need a break. So you're going to go running away. Don't let that happen. Okay? Learn from me. Don't let it get to that point where your brain tells you or causes physical symptoms where you have physical health problems and it's too late. Be proactive in this. Seek out the help. Get the mental help. It's so uplifting and positive and life-changing and makes such a huge difference in everybody's life. It's like dropping a pebble into a pond or an ocean. And it might seem like it's not going to do anything, especially in the ocean, but it does. It really does. And that's what's so awesome about it. So once again, thank you for those in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. My crazy cat lady, dark personality, dark clothing wearer, therapist, and my crazy volleyball coach specialist that I worked with. I really do appreciate you for everything you did. I hope you learned something from me. I learned plenty from you. Stay positive out there. Winter, be wintering, be earthy, and always, always look for a positive and a negative. Because if you look for a negative and a positive, you're going to get electrocuted. Enjoy the holidays. Stay tuned for the big episode that I've been working on all week. Is about school shootings and mental health. It's going to be a heavy one, but enjoy the holidays and be grateful because life is amazing. Thank you for watching. Like it, subscribe it, share it. See you later, everybody. Bye.